Right now, today, there are families in your state messaging me about ranchers that they can buy directly from, and honestly, most of the time, I have nobody I can even send them to. That means customers with money in hand walking right past your gate because they can't find you. Which leads me to the biggest problem that I figured out that every rancher has, is that we hate marketing. I've heard that 150 times. That should be proof enough, but I've also publicly listed every closed sale that's happened on the platform in the past 5 weeks. My name is Ben. I built a company that fixes that exact problem. And in the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how it works, what it costs you, and how I built it so that I literally cannot screw you over. So if you raise cattle, this one is exactly for you. So I'm gonna be straight up about what we're up against because I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know. 4 companies: Tyson, Cargill, National Beef, JBS. We're not going to beat around the bush here, right? They set the price you get for your cattle, and that price has almost nothing to do with how well you raise them. You can do everything right, raise better beef than what's in a grocery store, and still get paid commodity prices that barely cover your feed. In my opinion, that's not a market. That's 4 companies deciding what your time and effort is worth. And it's also the same reason why good ranchers are suddenly selling out their land and their cattle and quitting every single year. So I'm not here to tell you something you don't already live. I'm here because the way out is selling directly to families who will pay you what it's actually worth. And funny enough, I've built the thing that makes it possible. And I'll be honest, I didn't come from it. I'm not gonna act like I came from it. But the truth is, I started this because I realized that there was so many problems with the food supply chain. Our food is being poisoned by people who don't even give a shit who's raising it. And that's why I've really started this. And now I'm fighting a fight. I don't even know why I'm fighting half the time, but it's working. So now you've probably at least thought about selling direct. Half a cow here, quarter cow here, cut the packers out, keep the margin. Simple, right? Most of the ranchers that I talk to have thought about it, have never pulled the trigger on doing it because they try once and then they give up. Not because it doesn't work, because it's a second full-time job that you didn't sign up for. You've got to find the customers. You've got to market yourself, post online, build some kind of a following. Now you've got to handle the payments, the deposits, the infrastructure, the sales, everything. And now you have to build enough trust that a customer will send you thousands of dollars for a product that they won't get for a few months. And then we got to coordinate a processing day on top of running your actual operation. You're a rancher. You're good at raising cattle. Nobody signed up to be a marketer, a sales representative, or a marketing consultant for their own business. And that gap between great beef and real buyers is where the direct-to-customer model dies for most people. And that gap is the entire thing that I fill. So now I'm going to explain what BuyHalfCow actually is, and just as importantly, what it isn't. I don't buy your cattle. I'm not a middleman. I don't take your beef, mark it up to a ridiculous price, and sell it for my profit. Because isn't that the exact thing we're trying to get rid of? What I am is 2 things: an audience, marketing, and sales representative for beef, not your actual business. So to start with the audience, I've spent the last 6 months building an audience that wants exactly what you're selling, which is families all over the country who want exactly what you raise. Tens of thousands of them, reaching millions of people a month, and I'm growing every single day. These are people actively asking right now, where do I even buy real beef? So then the network, I take that real demand and I connect it straight to verified ranchers after verifying that these are actual customers that are ready to purchase directly from you. Once that happens, I send them a deposit, they pay the deposit, now you own the lead, send them the final invoice from the platform, and that's how I handle it. So now what I've effectively done is become your marketing department, sales department, and the direct connection between customer and your product. I'm simply the bridge between families that want your beef and you. Stupid simple. That is the entire business. So here's how it works in 4 steps, start to finish. 1, you get verified. I simply just check that you're a real operation running a real business and actually has a sales acquisition system. And if not, I help you figure out how to effectively make that better. And that verification, weirdly enough, people are trusting me more than the USDA to simply taste your steaks, put you on the platform, and then connect them to you. And that verification is what makes people trust this. I've actually seen the product, talk to you, and have a relationship with you that you can call me anytime with any problem or anything. Like literally anything. Just call me whenever. I don't even care. And this is the biggest thing that separates my platform versus just posting that you have beef available on a Facebook group and selling it for $1,500 for 250 pounds of beef. Boom. You go on the map. And when someone in your state raises their hand for real beef and I verify that they're ready to purchase, I hand them directly to you. 3, you get the introduction, handle the final payment invoice, and then customer receives their beef. It's literally as straightforward and simple as possible. 4, obviously now you have that customer and I have nothing to do with it. I'm simply adding more revenue and more customers to your business so that we can have enough of a baseline for everybody on the platform to where we can start expanding our numbers for direct to customer sales. So if they come back to you next year, You just gained a customer for life that I have nothing to do with anymore. Now, the question every single rancher asks me is, what does it actually cost? And here's the honest answer. You don't pay me anything to get matched to a buyer, at least nothing up front. I take a small commission and only when the sale actually closes. If you don't make money, I don't make money. My incentives are pointed the same direction as yours. And the way I typically run this, because every single rancher I've worked with is so skeptical, because everybody's promised a pretty thing that never fulfills on demand. I literally post every single win on the platform at all times that's closing in real time. We've only been live for 5 weeks and we've done $25,000 to $40,000 of revenue. I haven't been able to track down the other invoices, so it's a whole thing that I'm switching to. It's a whole thing. For some people, it makes sense to do a 10% commission model. For some people, it makes more sense to pay a monthly retainer and a smaller commission model, because some people have different needs or they don't have a sales department or acquisition system. I handle the whole thing if you need me to. Now, I know what most of you are thinking at this point. Here's another guy trying to take a piece of my operation, another middleman with a trucker hat telling me that he's different. And that's, I mean, totally fair. Totally fair. I get it. You've been burned by everybody in this chain at some point. People promising you things that don't make any sense or they don't fulfill on their promise. To my knowledge, I am one of the only people that has been able to fulfill my promise of adding revenue directly to DTC rancher businesses. So I've even written that directly into my paperwork of starting this business. When BuyHalfCow finally turns a profit, 15% of that profit will go directly back to ranchers like you selling beef direct to customer that need a little bit more support to boost revenue and sales, or cattle or feed or whatever you need. It goes directly back to the ranchers on the platform. So when this thing's making money, we are all making money. So I have $17,000 sitting in a business bank account that I will not touch because I'm not taking a real salary until this is profitable. And I'm never going to sell control to anybody that's going to quietly undo everything that we've built here, because this business is my child. Like, this is my life, my passion, my whole existence revolves around this right now. If 75% of the ranchers on the platform decide that they don't want me to be a part of it anymore, I'll pack my shit and leave. And I did that on purpose. You shouldn't just trust a guy because he says he can do something for you. You should trust the contract that says that I can't. So let me hit all the questions that I get from ranchers that you're probably still chewing on super fast. Do I take possession of cattle? No, never touch them. Your animal, your sale. What about processing? I work with ranchers who are already set up with a DTC model for now, for where we're at. Don't have the capability of handling processing. You arrange it with the same processor you have. I help where I can. What if I only sell a few head a year? I mean, that's totally fine. I'll probably book you out, but now you have a baseline customer income. Do I have to post online or be on camera? No. I bring the audience, you raise the cattle, you maintain your business, I'll handle the sales and marketing side. What if there's no buyers in my state yet? That is a great question. I have a systematic approach to the marketing side of things where I am running paid advertising and spending about $5,000 a month on sending customers directly to the states that have the most demand. So I figured out the marketing side. The funnel works. I get on the phone with the customers, close them, they send the deposit, it goes to your bank account, and then you send them the final invoice on the platform. Stupid, simple, easy. Here's where this is headed. I want BuyHalfCow to be the thing every independent American rancher runs their business on. The customers, the payments, the logistic, all handled. So your only job is the one you're good at, raising cattle. 4 companies took this market by making themselves the only buyer. We take it back by making sure that you never need them again. So if you raise cattle and you're tired of getting paid commodity prices for doing it the right way, this is your move. Just book a call with me directly and I'll hop on the phone with you, lay out the entire process, what I actually do, and what other marketing opportunities I have, because they happen all the time, and answer any questions that I didn't cover in this very brief, fast video. Once again, my name's Ben. I built this for you. Now we're gonna take it back together.